Hello there.
Welcome to another episode of Corellian Chinwags, part of the What If Qui-Gon Didn't Die podcast. My name's Jamie.
And I'm Shaun.
And this is where we just generally have a little chit-chat, a little catch-up, and just see how we're doing, and you get a peek behind the curtain.
Peek beyond the scenes.
Yeah.
But what goes on between our little heads?
Spoiler alert, not much.
Not a lot.
So how have you been?
Yeah, pretty good. I had a couple of days off this week.
Nice.
Me and my friend, I can't remember his Instagram handle, but I should drop it in here really, because he's an amazing painter, because we both do Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did was to dust away the Christmas blues, where not a lot of painting and stuff gets done. We said, right, what we're going to do is we're going to have a 24-hour paint-a-thon.
Oh yes.
So what we did was we went to this little shop in Eastleigh, lovely shop actually, one of the better shops I've been in, just for how everything was displayed and set out. It was actually very nice and easy to look at stuff. Normally hobby shops are a little bit manic and there's stuff sort of squeezed in everywhere. So we both had to choose something we wouldn't normally choose. I mean, it could be anything. If I found something for my armies, I could have brought it and said, I'm just going to paint that. But we sort of just, decided that we're going to choose stuff that ain't for us.
Oh, nice. But out of your comfort zone then.
Yeah. So I brought a little box of dwarfs that aren't really in production anymore, but they're sort of hidden away up. A little box full of dwarf models. Let's just make that clear. All right, it wasn't a big box of models.
Yeah.
And he brought a box of beast men with a big old monster in it. Can't say that either, but yeah. So we went back to his. We did sleep. I'm not saying I painted for 24 hours straight, because there's no way.
Yeah.
I could do it without sleep. I'm a sleepy boy.
It's a long time, isn't it?
It's a long time. I don't know how these other streamers or whatever do it. They're crazy. But we didn't stream it or anything. It was just for us, purely for us. A couple of other people in the circles were sort of doing it, but nobody sort of shared anything. But yeah, I'll show you a little picture of me, of one of the little lads that I painted. Yeah, there he is.
Look at that. Is that an impressive beard?
It's an impressive beard.
It looks like it's so impressive. He's actually got his belt around his beard.
Yeah, he's tucked his beard into his belt. Very Tolkien-esque.
Yeah.
That it's not a Tolkien model, but you can see where, because obviously them sculpts are a little bit older than the newer ones.
Yeah.
So you can tell where their influences came from when it came to old sort of models for the Warhammer Fantasy stuff, and that's why it's on a square base, because Warhammer Old World's coming back. But yeah, so we did that for 24 hours. We didn't paint everything in the box because we'd need a lot more time to do that.
Yeah.
But we both sort of did the champion and then like a unit and a little bit, which was really, really good. The
amount of detail you go into there, I'm not surprised it takes so long to do.
It's your elbows that hurt.
Yeah.
You're leant on a table holding a little model like that, and then you're trying to just paint all the time. Then your hand just becomes like that, and you can't move it. You try and eat dinner, and you're like,
I mean, you're used to that cramp anyway, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, son. That's why I go through tubs of Voltarol every day, just dunking it in there. Oh, relief. But yeah, that was the start of my week. So I'm actually only at work for 2 days this week, because I'm also off Saturday for me big 3-4, the big 3-4 going on 64.
64. Have you got any plans for it?
We are going axe throwing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've done it a few times before.
Yeah.
I've had 2 very different experiences. One where it's overly safe, and it's obviously in a place where lots of children go, so it's all sort of, you have to stand like this. You have to sort of do it like this, the axes are a little bit blunt. And then, you can only face one way, sort of blah, blah, blah. And the other experience I've had is where a bloke's just like, yeah, I made these myself. Do not drop them. I do have a licence and I am insured, etc., but they do hurt. Throw them over that way. And also pretend you're a Viking warrior instead of standing properly. I don't want to start any litigations or anything like that. He was safe, don't get me wrong. But yeah, so I don't know what to expect, but I'm looking forward to that.
So you're going to a different place again?
Yeah, I've not been to this place before. It's down in Southampton somewhere.
Oh yeah, I think is that the Bad Axe? That's not Bad Axe there, is it?
I can't remember. I haven't organised it. I don't even know what it's called. My brother's going to drive, so I'm just like, all right, I'll just rock up and throw some axes when I get there.
It is fun. I've only done it once and I really enjoyed it.
It's fun though, isn't it? Yeah. And when it actually does stick.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
You're like that. Finally, I'm a Viking warrior.
Once you get the knack of it, it just kind of always seems to work.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, isn't it? You've just got to get the right sort of body posture, and then once your brain's sort of connected it to your hand, and then to this object, you're just soaring.
Yeah. Once you know the weight and the spin sort of speed you need, then it just seems to work, and you can throw it overarm as normal.
Yeah.
You can do it underarm if you want. You can have it behind your back if you get really good at it. You can do it because of
your brain's already adjusted how you hold stuff because of the weight. And so it's amazing what you can do. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. I like that.
And then I'll just be older, but none the wiser, really. Still playing Pokemon and Warhammers.
Just join the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing changes.
How about you? How's your week been? All right?
Yeah, not too bad. We obviously had a nice little trip out to cinema.
Yes, we did. Very good. Very good film.
We watched Poor Things, which is an interesting film.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Enjoyable though.
Oh, very enjoyable.
We don't say interesting like it's a bad thing. It is entertaining.
It's not for everybody.
No.
I don't think everybody's going to watch that film and go, that was the best thing ever. But it was very entertaining. It was funny. It's a dark comedy.
It's a dark comedy. Yeah, I was going to say it's like a dark comedy with a tiny little hint of thriller in it, because it makes you think, I don't normally sit through something like this. I've got to really sort of zone in. And focus. You
feel like you've got to concentrate.
Yeah. Which was good though, because you don't just sit there and zone out. You actually have to think about what's going on as well, and sort of go, did that just happen? I just need to focus here.
Yeah.
To watch it. But yeah, it was really enjoyable actually.
Yeah, I think it was. What's the word for it?
Kooky.
Yeah, it was kooky, but it was sort of unsettling, like the different camera angles and almost different camera, like the style of filming.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
It was a bit black and white at times. It was a bit fisheye at times. It was colour. It was.
Oh yeah, because it did go from.
It was black and white to start.
Sort of black and whitey to colour widescreen almost. Yeah, not to spoil it too much for people, but well, it was good.
Yeah,
I liked that fishbowl-y black and white-esque shots.
It looked really sort of old-fashioned horror.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? And I think that's why I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when you're watching it, in fact, when you watch the trailer, you don't really understand what the film's about.
No.
And then when you watch the film, you don't really know what the story's going to be. You can't
judge it and
you
know
can't
what's
work
going to
it
happen.
out. But I think it's really well paced.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And I don't want to say too much about what is well paced, but because it's a bit of a spoiler, but it just flows really nicely. By the time you get to the end of the story,
it is like a proper story as well.
Does make sense.
Yeah. So when you get to the end, it really does sort of all just sort of come together, and you go, "That was a good little journey." That.
Yeah.
And now we're here, and that's that. Yeah. No, it was good though. Yeah.
But yeah,
enjoyed.
I think that unsettling nature would put a lot of people off. If all you're into is just
your sort of typical action film or something like that,
a blockbuster or just easy to watch, and then it's probably not going to be.
Yeah, not really for you.
But at the same time, I'd recommend it to anybody. Yeah,
at least to push the boat out of what you would normally watch and absorb.
Yeah.
To be fair.
But yeah. Other than that, I've just been working.
Yeah.
Doing early mornings, so I've been tired, boy.
And it's cold as well for you.
Oh yeah.
And the van rustled up.
Yeah, Monday morning was -7 when I left the house in my shorts.
-7. Oh.
Yeah, you feel it. You feel it whip around the legs.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Your little toes are going, the blood's frozen before it gets down here. Feed me.
But yeah, no, it's been pretty quiet, to be honest. Just chilling, just trying to relax, trying to stay warm.
Yeah.
Avoiding going out as much as possible.
If you warm the house up, why would you go outside when you've paid? In this economical day and age,
well, exactly,
where you spend money to just stay alive. Shouldn't moan really, but but that's the thing. It's like my nan's got this big old house, and she puts the heating on, but she's got an electric fire in the front room. Not to disrespect me, Nana, but I'm like, why don't you sit in the front room with the fire on? Because it's going to take less energy to like hotbox that little room in there with the door shut with the electric fire, than try and heat that old townhouse with the central heating, where the heat's just literally flying up the staircase because it's all open plan, and then sitting on the landing because all the doors are shut upstairs because we don't want the dog to get on the beds and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like you cuddle in the radiator, yet you could sit in a comfortable sofa if you just put the fire on in there. But I know she's not the only nana that does that.
No.
So, you know, let's be fair to all nanas. They can do what they like. They've earned it.
So some people just put a fire on YouTube and just sit and watch
sit and watch the fire, yeah. Ambient fire thing. Do you know what though? I know you bring that up. If I just really need to chill, I put stuff like that on.
Yeah.
Because it's like ambient sounds, like if I'm painting or like I'm doing something which doesn't require me to look, and I just need that extra little something in the background to tick my mind over. It's either rain, you know, like wildlife park noises, or a fire.
I remember when I first got a 4K TV.
Oh, you didn't, did you?
And you get the, you know, it's a smart TV, so you've got YouTube on there, and you go, right, what can I watch?
In Ultra HD.
Let's go and watch some Ultra HD, and it was like all animals, wildlife, underwater scenes, all looking real crisp and real nice.
Yeah. My brother and my little niece do that.
Yeah.
Because they've got a big old telly like you with like Sky built in and whatever. There are other TV services available. And they love watching the underwater stuff on there. Yeah, it's mesmerising for her.
It's just calming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't done it for a long time. It was just, I do it every time I get a new telly. I think I'll just have a look and see how that looks on there.
Yeah. And you're breaking the telly with the old, you know, Attenborough-esque shots.
Yeah, that's Planet. It. Oh, look how nice that looks. Ooh, look at those colours. Oh,
look at that blue water. Oh, crisp.
It's almost like I'm there.
Don't touch the TV. I was going to say, though, just change subject. So, you know, when we did the Dooku episode, I said about 10 times, because I re-listened to it today, that I said Boba Fett was at the Australian pit fight. But it's actually Django, because Boba obviously finds his armour after he's had his poor little head chopped off. Yeah. So, if anybody's listening and they were wagging their little finger at me, it's Django. Who was there. And I think there was another point, and I was thinking about it today because I'd re-listened to it today, just something to listen to in the van and that. And there was another point I was going on about, and then today I was like, why did I say that? Because that's all wrong. It's something to do with Maul and Dooku.
Oh, okay.
And I think I got a little bit confused there about how stuff happened. But we'll have another episode about Dooku, I think, because there's a few things that happen in the Clone Wars that would make a bit more sense when it comes to Darth Maul and Solo and sort of all these other little things that coincide together.
I think it can be excused though, because like we've said in the previous episode 2 and 3 of the films, there's a lot of crossover, and it's very easy to get things confused.
Yeah, and that's what happened, because it's just one big storyline after Anakin grows up. Yeah, and I think that's what we said before as well. Like,
episode 1 is a standalone, but episode 2 and 3 they're a combined story.
You could literally just start and finish them both, and you wouldn't really get lost.
No,
apart from the Clone Wars and that. But you know, you would only need a little tea break to go, oh, the whole Clone Wars happened in the middle there. Great, carry on.
Yeah, let's keep going. Yeah. So I don't worry about that.
All right, just the Django Boba thing, you know, irks me a bit.
Just wind yourself up.
I did. I was like, you should have known. But yeah. But there we go. That was just that, because I do like listening to him again, just to make sure I've got some facts right at least. Or if I go, oh, maybe I can touch up on that later on.
Yeah,
you know, because I've been trying to rewatch the films. I've watched episodes 1 and 2. I need to watch 3, and I've watched episode 4. I know it's all a bit of a funny order, but I started that because I was just thinking of ideas for this. And then I was just like, oh, episode 4's full of inconsistencies here. I love this film.
Yeah.
But there's so many things which are just like, 10 minutes ago you said something different. But
it is a funny thing because Episode 4 was the original, so they didn't have to be consistent in the same way.
This is the thing, and you can tell that it was the OG because they just sort of ran with anything.
Yeah.
And then obviously Filoni now and like the prequels, they're all trying to make everything fit to Episode 4, but it's really difficult because
it's so inconsistent with itself.
And it's like, ooh. But but still great though. I loved watching it. Just to see the OG sort of R2 and see 3PO and that, and
I do love watching Episode 4.
It sort of resets me because if I watch a lot of Star Wars and like when I finished like Rebels and Clone Wars and stuff, I was like, I've had a lot of animated, fast paced, action here.
Yeah,
and it's still Star Wars-y, but then I sort of always kind of go back to them original 3. Just to slow me down a bit again.
It becomes story based and it becomes narrative. It's less action. It's more. It's just you understanding this strange world that you've never heard of before.
Yeah.
When you watch Episode 1, 2, and 3, you know the Jedi exist because you've watched the original.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's no real introduction as to who they are. It's just they exist and this is what they do, and then it's more action.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the pacing of it can all change, but the original trilogy I think is, it's more settled, it's more grounded. It does ramp up a little bit as the films go on. Yeah. When you get to like Return of the Jedi, you get a bit more. It's a bit more sort of action based, I guess. But
time was moving on then when they did that. I know it wasn't like loads of years between each film, but you can tell the difference between Episode 4 and then how time progressed and how films progressed. I know they kept the same sort of vibe of the film and like the screen wipes and stuff, but films in general ramped up a little bit when it got to there. So still really good. There we go. Star Wars chat in the Chinwag podcast. You kidding me?
Yeah, we
can't escape it.
Cannot escape it. Imagine doing a Star Wars based podcast and still talking about Star Wars in an episode called Corellian Chinwag.
Well, I did have a question for you though.
Go on.
Did you ever play Pokemon Stadium on the Nintendo 64?
No, because I didn't have a 64.
Oh, okay.
Go on.
My question was going to be to you, and I saw a little reel about this the other day. If you had to choose 3 from the OG 150, what would it be? But I'll just remind you here, back in the day, the first generations, there was no special attack and physical attack per se.
Yeah.
Obviously, all the fighting, normal, rock, ground, flying, every single move of that was physical. And then obviously your psychic, your water, your grass, fire was all special.
Yeah.
So you couldn't have, like you have obviously from like, I think it's Gen 3 onwards, you wouldn't have a Charizard with max attack doing a fire thing. He would have to have all special. But what 3 would you take from the OGs?
That's tricky because I'm massively out of touch. Although that original 150 is the 150 that I know.
Yeah. This is why I ask you about the OGs. It's just something I saw the other day and I thought I'll ask you and see what you think.
When I used to play it on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
And I always used to start with little Charmander.
Of course you did.
Because why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you have Blastoise? He's got cannons, man.
I know he has got cannons.
But no, I get the hype around Charizard.
Yeah. And fire, it's just power in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I always quite liked having a fire Pokemon to start.
Okay.
I always wanted Magikarp to do well, but I just didn't have the patience for it.
Magikarp with his little tackle.
Yeah.
Splash, and then I think it learns Flail or something like level 50.
Yeah, it's a long way down the line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who were the fighting Pokemon?
So you have...
was that Machop and...
Yeah, Machop, Machoke, Machamp. And then you had Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan.
Well, I'd probably have a Machop in there because for whatever reason, I remember playing, whenever I came up against the fighting Pokemon, they were tough battles.
Yeah, because back then it was all attack stat.
Yeah, if it was all physical based, then that would explain why they were so tough.
And your little Pikachu and Charmander probably had more special stat than defense. Because obviously it was a special one. So that's why it's quite difficult. I replayed Yellow a little while ago, and I know what you mean. Is if you go back now from today's easy gaming of the newer games, it's very difficult to get your head around. Oh my god, like I'm getting my butt whipped here. The grind is so hard. But anyway, back to it. Go on then. So you'll have Machop and Charmander.
Yeah, so I've covered a couple of bases there, and who else would I have? I never liked fighting the psychic Pokemon. They always just used to just cut through the defense and just wipe you out really easy. But then you'd have those Pokemon which were like smoky, like what do you call them?
Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar.
There was those. I'm sure there was another one that was. It looked like it had sort of noxious gases.
Oh, coughing and wheezing.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, with the little skull and crossbones on there. Yeah, their little bodies there.
Yeah, I always thought they were quite. I think if you could get them against the right opponents, they could be quite good.
Yeah, because back in the day they would have had flamethrower and explosion and stuff, which back then explosion and self-destruct were like the biggest moves you could do, even more so than hyper beam and stuff like that.
And actually saying stuff like that, the Volt Orb and
the Electrode, always self-destruct. As soon as you entered battle, you're like, I need one of them, can't catch it, it's self-destructed.
Yeah, they used to wind me up.
And the Zubats in the cave. Come on, repel.
I really enjoyed those games, but after you fought so many Zubats, and so many Caterpies and Pidgeotos, you're like, I need some different Pokemon here. This is
it. Unless you're EV training, because when you go back and you think, I'm going to make a competitive team here, I need to fight Zubats for speed. So you need to fight 250 Zubats per Pokemon to make their speed really go. Obviously, this is now, I can't really remember how it worked back then, but yeah. So your three would be Charmander, Machop, and Weezing.
Yeah, I think so. There's a bit of variety there.
Oh, okay.
Something for most occasions. That's what I'm scraping from the depths of my memory.
Because I thought you'd have said something like Dragonite. The OG dragon. The only dragon in that generation.
Yeah, I think that's a popular choice, isn't it?
I quite like a Dragonite. But, yeah, see, you've chosen little babies as well. Because I was going to be like Gengar, Dragonite.
Yeah, but then you get to train them up to be how you want them to be.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
You can choose their moves as it comes through once you hit those levels.
Yeah.
I always quite like stuff like Ekans.
Oh, Ekans and Arbok, yeah.
Because you reverse their names.
Yeah, that's it. Cobra and Snake.
Yeah, that's what they are. Yeah, and Onyx again, rock-type Pokemon.
Massive snake. Beautiful artwork, yeah.
Yeah. Also sometimes a real struggle to defeat.
Especially when he done, what was it in Gen 1? Brock it was Rage, wasn't it? So you kept hitting it, and it would wait for 2 turns and then, like, bash you with all of the stuff you've done to him. Yeah, my goodness.
Hard battles.
Hard battles, that. Because you wouldn't have any... Because in Red and Blue and Green, you wouldn't have, apart from Squirtle and Bulbasaur, if you chose Charmander, there was nothing you would have that is super effective against an Onyx. But obviously in Yellow, you were able to catch a Nidoran because you had Pikachu. But yeah, so with Charmander, you would have to ember that thing to basically death, and it would take all 25 embers.
Yeah.
Unless you grinded to make a Charmeleon before the first gym. But if you do that, I'm proud of you.
That's. I don't remember how far I got, but whenever I played those games, you do grind out those first few levels. You need to try and build up some attack, don't you?
Yeah, before you get to because you do the first gym and then you've got that long path. I can't remember what the route number is, like route 5 or 7 or something, and then you get to Mount Moon, where all the Clefairy and the Zubats are.
Oh yeah.
But you need to be a high level for that because you are stuck in there for ages. Just with your little Pokemon doing flash to light up the cave, and then you're walking around for ages. And obviously back then it was a little D-pad, and there was no run, so you were literally just walking, and you were like, oh my god. Yeah, so you need to level up a fair bit.
Where's the escape rope?
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Please let me out of it. But yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, just a little answer. Yeah, that's nice. That's pretty cool. That I can't remember what these lads said in the reel. I think it was something like Jolteon, Moltres, and something else.
Yeah, I think I saw the same.
You know which one I'm on about? Yeah, the dudes. Yeah. That's what I thought I'd ask. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I did see it, and I did give it a little think at the time, and I thought I don't know enough to really put thought into this. But on the spot here, I've had to just come up with something.
I think you've done well. You've got a special, a physical, and another special / physical sort of dude, tanky. Yeah, it's harder back then because, like I say, all the types were either physical or special. You didn't have a psychic type which could do physical damage. So obviously that Mewtwo back then was just literally big boy special.
Yeah,
which is why Gengar was so good against him because he was quicker and also a special, so he could do all these sort of gubbins. But yeah, there you go, little pokey chat.
Yeah, I think one of them chose a Snorlax.
Oh, Snorlax. Yeah, Snorlax, Dragonite and Jolteon, and the other one was something else, yeah. Because you'd have to have that Jolteon. It's like the quickest one in the 150 at OG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's even quicker than Mewtwo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which says a lot, considering that was the first big legendary. There we go.
Nice. And who do you say you'd have?
Well, seeing as you've gone all Littlins, I'd probably go for Squirtle. I like Gengars.
With the saxophone.
With the saxophone, yeah. Giga Chad, Squirtle. I'll go for Ghastly because then he evolves into Gengar and he's like one of my favourites.
Yeah.
And then maybe a Kabutops. I quite like the Scythe. Sort of rock one. Yeah. Because maybe Dragonite, but I have him on every game. So
it's nice to mix it up, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I try and do that anyway. Whenever there's a new game, I try and always make a team out of new ones. I don't, unless I'm doing like a little challenge or like building a team for an event or something. I always go, right, what's new and come out just to hear, because I want to try new stuff.
Yeah.
Like I could have Dragonite in every game, but I refuse until I build a team for the competitive after stuff, because I just want to play new little boys.
Yeah, just you've got to try something different.
That's it. Yeah, give them all nicknames so you get attached. And then whenever they faint, you go, no, Ferdinand! Miles, help me! Yeah.
Good names.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Because you started Emerald a little while ago, didn't you?
Was it Emerald? Yeah, it was something like that, yeah.
And you gave me the little, because I do want to go back to an older gen. And because I got that little game thing.
Yeah.
And I just thought, maybe I'll put down the Switch for a little while and just try and do the old grind again.
Yeah, I got a little way into it.
Yeah.
I just got the push bike.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Mac and it's like Trick and Mac, isn't it? So you can go really fast or do the bunny hops.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I went bunny hops because
it's just cool, isn't it? You bunny hopping,
and you don't need to go that fast.
No.
It's not that huge that you need to be whizzing along.
No, that's only for egg hatching.
Yeah, little whizzy boys.
Yeah.
And then we had the issue with all the video stuff on my phone, and I've had to wipe it all, and I just haven't got it back yet. But I'll have lost my save as well because.
Oh, of course, because it would have been on the phone. Yeah.
So it's just one of those things that got lost in the fire, I guess.
Oh well.
But it's just an excuse to start again.
Yeah, that's it. Choose your little Charmander again.
Yeah. I might go back to Red
because they got Fire Red and Leaf Green, so it's Gen 3.
Yeah,
but obviously a remake of the Red and Blue.
Oh, okay.
So you sort of get that upgrade with the old sort of mons and the old storyline sort of thing. Might be worth looking into.
Yeah, because I can choose pretty much any of them. The only one I struggle with is anything on the DS.
Oh, because of the bottom screen thing.
Yeah,
trying to put that in there. Yeah,
you can work around it, but it's clunky
on your phone screen as well.
Yeah,
sort of you minimise for space.
I mean, I do have the stylus, which is quite handy.
Oh yeah,
because that's the old.
There we go.
So it's quite good.
Beep 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 beep.
But yeah, it's just screen size. I would love to have a DS again, an actual physical DS.
Oh, you're not got one lying around.
No,
I think I've got two. You can borrow one if you like.
I had over the years, I think I went through about 3 DSs. I upgraded them.
Oh, okay.
So I think I didn't have the original. I didn't have the OG DS.
Oh, didn't you? Mine still works.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He's one of the screen couplings has come away,
Okay.
but it still works.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. OG Mario Kart.
Yeah.
On that with your mates, sort of, because it was all wireless then as well.
Yeah,
so you have to lead up, and you just like, oh, my screen brightness is still a bit crap, but I can play at night time without having a little light clipped into the front of it.
Yeah, what did I have? I had the DSi.
Oh, that's the little one with the camera. That's when they put the proper camera in there.
Yeah, there was,
because the original did have a camera, but it weren't great. I don't think.
I don't think any of the cameras were particularly great.
No.
I did have a 3DS as well, and that had the stereo cameras.
Oh yeah,
and you could take the 3D pictures, that was a cool thing. The pictures weren't amazing, but the effect of it was quite cool. I enjoyed that.
The gimmick was there.
Yeah, and I enjoyed the fact that you could look at a single screen without glasses on, and it could be 3D.
Yeah.
I know some people really struggled with it, but they would struggle with 3D glasses anyway.
Yeah.
But I used to just whack that up to full and just
enjoy it for what it was.
Just enjoy it. Yeah, it was cool. And I'm sure I had one more as well.
Because after that, didn't they bring out the 2DS? No, I had one of those because it was just literally a brick.
That was
it didn't fold over.
That's it.
And there was no 3D, but it was just you put it in the little case and then you didn't have to do anything else. But it didn't have the Game Boy Advance slot in the bottom, which I missed because I liked having the obviously for Pokemon you'd put your advanced games in the bottom and transfer all your Pokemon to the DS game at the top. It would actually utilise both ports. But on a 2DS you could never do that, which is a shame.
That is a shame.
That's why you keep an old one in the back room.
yeah.
Wipe the dust off every time you need to use it.
And I remember one of them had a step counter.
Oh, was that the DSi or the 3DS? I think
I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the DSi because I'm pretty sure it was black, the one that I had.
Yeah.
Whereas the 3DS I think was the sort of the teal metallic.
Oh yeah, I never had a 3DS, but yeah, when they first come out, a lot of the promo colours were like blue, weren't they? Yeah.
And then there was a newer version as well they brought up, but I didn't get that. But one of the things that they did, I think it was part of the Nintendo store, was it had a step counter on it, and if you did so many steps, it gave you like a reward that you could use in the store. You could use for various things.
Oh,
like
yeah,
coins
you get your little Nintendo point things.
Yeah,
they don't do them like that anymore. But you used to have your little so I remember the point things.
You get maybe, I don't know if it was like 10 a day or something, but that was it. Once you hit that was it done.
Because the gimmick was with the whole DS in general was you can carry it around safely in its little case, meet your mates and have a game.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, and there was Street Pass as well.
Street Pass, yeah, which is sort of, it's been and gone now. It's long.
Yeah,
gone,
because it's starting to come back. But yeah, if you walk past someone, you'd have no idea. But if they had a DS in their pocket or in their bag or whatever, and you had one on you as well, it would communicate.
Yeah.
You'd get to wherever you're going to. You'd open it up and be like, "Oh, just have a little game. Oh, look, I've walked past these people. Oh, look, I've got some coins from them as well."
Yeah, because you would put your little Wii Me's, your little Me
on
the DS, and they would all sort of go off and, join everybody else's DS and stuff. Yeah. Nintendo are really smart like that.
Yeah.
But there we go.
I do miss that. That was great.
I never really took it with me to town though. I'm a stickler for. I'm going to leave it at home because knowing me, I'll drop it.
Well, so I used to take it when I was working.
Oh, okay.
And being a big walker back then.
Yeah.
I used to stick it in my shorts pocket, rack up those steps real quick, and if you're walking through town, whatever, you just pick up all these as you go.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's why I still do the old pokey go.
Yeah.
Because obviously I'll rack up the eggs and the steps and stuff. What I want to get is one of the little watches. Because you used to be able to get a watch for the DS as well, wouldn't you?
Okay.
But you could, I think you could anyway. I know you can get one for Pokemon Go. And like as you're walking, you just press this button on the watch and it tries to do things for you in the background. So you don't have to always walk with your phone out. Yeah. But, yeah, rack up a fair few miles when you're on a big old walking
job, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really do that now. My step count is abysmal in comparison to where it used to be.
But you still do a 4 days work. It's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, sat on my backside. I mean, today I did 197 miles at work.
Oh, jeez, blimey!
But I was sat down for
all of it.
For all of that, yeah.
But it puts money in the bank.
Yeah.
For buying an N64 and replaying Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah. One day, that's the dream.
One day in GoldenEye.
I keep seeing these
the refurbed, is it? Refurbed consoles?
You get them either refurbed or updated. So especially like the Game Boy.
Yeah.
They used to come with this sort of the light reflective crystal screens.
Yeah.
So you'd have to be on a reasonably bright day.
Yeah.
So you could play, or you'd have to get the clip over light, like you said before. But now you can just change that whole thing out for an LCD display.
Yeah.
Which lights up.
Which has got a backlight in it. Yeah. I think I've seen an advert for stuff like that.
And they look really cool. And then you upgrade the battery to a lithium battery, and you can have it plug into USB-C, so you can recharge it on the go.
Yeah.
No swapping batteries out anymore. You just plug in,
charge up, and get gone.
Yeah. Play it any time of the day or night.
Yeah. But then that little brick thing I've got, in this day and age, you just get one of them, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's got thousands.
That does everything, doesn't it? Yeah.
And you can plug it into the telly and charge it and play it on the big screen.
Yeah.
At the same time. Which is a shame, because the nostalgia of having a proper old Game Boy is a lovely feeling. I've still got one of them as well.
Yeah.
Protected. The batteries probably need to come out because it's a bit rusty. But yeah, holding that Game Boy for the first time, because my dad got one when he was in the army, and we had some proper old school games on it. And it's just, when I look at it now, I'm like, you started this. You and that NES, you started this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But good times. I do miss the simplicity of the old Game Boy sort of games.
Yeah.
It wasn't linked up to any internet. You weren't trying to beat everybody else. It was just, this game's for me.
Years ago, I used to have an old Game Boy in the bathroom.
Just for toilet time.
Just for toilet time.
Yeah.
And it was great. And he'd just sit there and just be like, I'm going to play some Super Mario World.
Yeah. Where you go in and then just turn it off because it don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you do it again. And then you do it again. And you do the same levels again and again. It didn't really matter.
Yeah, because it's just Game Boy.
Yeah. You just, I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a really good idea, actually.
Yeah. Just make sure your bathroom's not a bit too damp, because what actually did happen in the end was the battery compartment did get a little bit of rusty business in there.
A bit wet from the condensation and stuff. Yeah. I could never do it. My nan's gets way too wet.
Yeah, it's not ideal. But if your bathroom's generally fairly dry, then it's not too bad.
We have a separated toilet, which is very uncommon these days. But my dad's house still has a separated toilet from the shower.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that'd be perfect then.
Yeah. Tempting.
Yeah. And if anybody listens and goes, that's disgusting, just think, some people just used to have a magazine rack in there.
Yeah, with damp, dirty paper.
Yeah.
Rotted away.
Yeah, they just sit and read a magazine, sit and read the newspaper, whatever.
Yeah.
This is no different.
Nostalgic times.
Yeah.
Right,
well, with that being said, I think that's a good place to end the podcast.
Okie dokie.
It's been a pleasure as always.
Always a pleasure, Marcus.
Nice little catch up.
Yeah.
And I might have some ideas for some bonus episodes.
Oh,
maybe something to look forward to.
Oh, we like a bonus episode.
Yeah. Keep tuned in for those. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tell your friends as well.
Yeah, share what you can and download it. Because that all helps. And just enjoy it, really. That's what we're aiming for here. Not for the downloads, for enjoyment.
Yeah, we enjoy doing it, and if there's somebody listening, then even better. What a bonus.
What a bonus that one person's listening.
Even if it is just ourselves.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Totally not downloading it, just to listen to it. But yeah, that's just for my own little purposes. But yeah, lovely to speak to you, mate.
Yeah, and you. Look after yourself.
And you.
And stay out of the sand.